Hey guys, Dr. Cary Yurkiw here. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I'm putting in my smoothies as I'm constantly updating this, and I know people are very interested in what's in the smoothies. I saw your responses on YouTube, and I'm going to continue to update these smoothies as I learn more about good ingredients. So first thing you need is a personal blender and a digital scale, because you want to know how much you're putting in your smoothie. And what I start with is organic almond milk. I get the one that's unsweetened. There's no sugar in there. And I put about 100 grams or milliliters into the smoothie. And then I add another 100 of Milkadamia, which is Macadamia Nut milk. Macadamia nuts are the healthiest nuts that you can buy, the healthiest oils. So I buy those from Costco, and that's kind of my base of 200 grams or milliliters to get started, okay? Then you want to pick a good protein. So I use a combination of pumpkin protein and hemp protein. So this is the pumpkin, this is the hemp, and what I do is I take half a scoop of each, basically. And I already did my morning workout, so the protein is going to be good to replenish my muscles, make my muscles stronger as they're growing and rebuilding. So half of a scoop of each of pumpkin and hemp protein, and so that's 34 grams total, 17 of each. I'm going to reset the scale again. Cocoa powder, very simple. This is organic cocoa powder. A lot of research on the benefits of cocoa. There's no sugar in this. So basically you're going to take, I do about half to 3/4 of a scoop. So again, we're gonna measure that right here, 7 grams, and a serving size is 5. So a little bit bigger than a serving size of cocoa. The next thing that I add is some electrolytes. And this is Organica Electrolytes with collagen in it. Good for the connective tissue. Electrolytes, very important for the cells of the body. Calcium, sodium, potassium. So I'm gonna put a scoop of that in the smoothie. And that's 5. That's 5. It says 2 scoops here is a serving. So I'm doing half a serving of this. And I just got that as a supplement. So I like to start slow, like a half a serving sometimes, or just a small portion to see how my body responds to it. But the purpose of it is to replenish my electrolytes and the collagen that my body has. The next thing is this Liposomal Vitamin C, really good for the immune system, cellular health. So I'm gonna pour some of that in there. Almost running out, gonna have to reorder. So it doesn't have a serving size on this one, but I just put 8 grams in there, or roughly 8 milliliters. Vitamin B complex, really important for brain health, brain function. So I take one of these capsules. It's got multiple forms of vitamin B, and I just break it apart and put it right in my smoothie, just like that. So that's gonna go in there. And then I'll show you the other important ones. Matcha. This is like green tea, very healthy green tea, lots of studies on it. I'm gonna take a small, half a teaspoon of that. It is a bit bitter. You can't really taste it when you put it in a smoothie, but I like to add some of that as a supplement in my smoothie. Turmeric, really important as an anti-inflammatory, especially for joint health. And I know this being a chiropractor, a lot of research on turmeric, curcumin. I'm gonna put a scoop of that into my smoothie. So 1 scoop. You can't really taste it, but it is very colorful. And so it really makes the smoothie colorful. So does this Spirulina, which is like a superfood, blue-green algae. I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of that, and I like to zero. Sorry guys, the video got cut off because of a phone call, so I put it on Do Not Disturb now. So I'm going to add some Maca into my smoothie. Now, you want to check with a health professional before you add these ingredients or start taking anything new, because what's good for you may not be good for someone else. And so Maca is really important. It's a very healthy supplement and it's good for energy for me. But again, if you're on any medication or if you have any health conditions, it's best to check with a health professional before you do anything new, okay? All right, so now, probiotic. I've got this one for mood, and I'm gonna add one of these probiotics to my smoothie. Just gonna break the capsule apart and put that in, just like that. Okay, and lion's mane. I put some lion's mane in. Again, check with your health professional before you start something new. I do about 5 drops of the lion's mane into my smoothie. The minerals, I add this full spectrum mineral, which has a number of different minerals in it. So this is gonna give my body all the minerals that it needs for the day. You still have to eat healthy, of course. And later today, I'll be making some soup and adding some vegetables to the soup mix. And I'll try and record that for you guys too. I use 5-HTP, a good precursor to brain chemistry, brain health. So I use a capsule of that in my smoothie. And I use a drop of vitamin E. Now you have to be careful with this. You have to get the right one that you can add and take internally. Some vitamin E's are just for external use, so make sure you check with a pharmacist or someone who's knowledgeable about vitamin E. I use a drop of iodine for my thyroid. That goes in. And quercetin, antioxidant, very important for your health by natural factors. So I add a capsule of that into my smoothie. And CoQ10, very important for the heart. So there's CoQ10 by Sisu, one of my favorite brands. Put that in my smoothie. And then recently I just got this Niagen, and I've been studying brain health and the long-term effects like on dementia, Alzheimer's. So there is some Alzheimer's in my family. And so I just want to make sure that long-term I'm healthy. So I've been adding the Niagen to my smoothies. And then one more, selenium. Just adding selenium, a good antioxidant, to my smoothie. This is the Sisu brand, Selenium Plus. And now we're gonna add some of the oils. So omega-3, which is fish oil right here, and it has vitamin D in it. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon, 5 milliliters of that. I'm gonna add some MCT oil. That's really important too. A squeeze of that, which is about 5 milliliters. I'm gonna add some olive oil. I'm gonna grab some out of the cupboard, and I'm gonna add some olive oil, 5 milliliters of that. You would think you could taste that in the smoothie, but you can't really taste it. And the omega-3 fatty acids are really important, and the monounsaturated fat. So you might as well put it in your smoothie, because otherwise you have to think about incorporating it into your meals. I like to get it out of the way and have it first thing in the day. Now, fiber. I've been adding flaxseed, ground flax, to my smoothies. Very good. It's excellent. And so I've really enjoyed this as a supplement. So I'm going to put 1.5 teaspoons of that in. You can also use chia seeds, but sometimes they clump together. I will blend up my smoothie. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this to get the volume up. But I'm gonna blend this up with some water. At the end, after I blend it, I'm gonna put chia seeds on the top and I'm gonna drink that. And I think that's it, guys. I use a bin to put all my supplements in. You can divide up your smoothie into 2 parts. You could do one in the morning, one later in the day. You could take it as with you for lunch. But this is what I do to start my day off. I've slowly incorporated different ingredients into my smoothies based on what my needs are. But again, talk to your health professional about what your needs are, what would work best for you before you try anything new. And please follow me on YouTube and social media. I'll be updating you regularly about the smoothies that I'm making and some of the foods that I've been eating to get in really good shape. And so later today, I'll be talking about some soup stock that I made, and then I'll be adding some vegetables to that soup stock for lunch, and that'll be a healthy lunch for me. So I'll talk to you about that later today. And thanks for joining me today.